be able to do the same thing so that it's much easier to scan the market and see exactly, where the setup is about, where the setup is going to happen, and predict about, the timing of it better. Because I know sometimes we get in too early or we get in too late, or we just don't take a long enough trade, or sometimes we wish that we took a 2-minute trade instead of a 3, because sometimes we just get spiked out like on a 3-minute. And I totally understand. I've been there. I've done that. I feel the pain. Okay. So I want to help you guys learn some of the things that I've learned throughout my journey, a little over 2 years now in trading. And so hopefully this will help you guys. This is not going to be recorded. The reason why I don't record it, so that you guys can get on these sessions, because I know it's important sessions on top of everything that you guys are getting at Go Live, which you can watch, the favorite sessions on the educators and all that. But this is Fast to Freedom. It's fast, so you gotta be in these sessions. We in and we out. All right, so you're gonna get the secret sauce in and out. Take some notes so that you guys can profit. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. Let's open up the platform. And so we're going to open up strategies. I'm going to go to Go Live. I just want you guys to know, who did I learn from the most? Sometimes people ask me that, like, which educators do you really like? Who are your favorite? And surprisingly, you know what? To be honest, I have never seen one of my favorite educators on this top 5 featured list, which he really should be, because he has helped me really secure the bag, man, in over 2 years now. So if you guys already know, it's Evan Cabral. I've been on here since the beginning of HFX platform, when there was only 3. Okay, I was a student when there was only 3 educators. Actually, there was only 2. I was here when it was only Evan and Nez. Then Matthew came on, and then the rest came on this platform. So when I came on, the reason why I got into HFX was because of Nez. When they switched the platform, okay, from the old IML platform to the new IM Academy, Mastery Academy platform, I was in that transition when I joined the Academy. So all this was brand new. I accidentally got onto a Nez session, and I was in the FRX Academy, but they allowed the FRX students to hop on HFX Go Live sessions. And when I hopped on it, and I saw Nez make like 30 grand in like 5 minutes, and I'm like, what in the world? Is this real? Like I was excited. I was like, oh my gosh, is this possible? Like, can I become another Nez? Is that possible for me? Guys, if you've been on this session and you've seen these educators make like 30 grand or more, type some 333s in the chat. If you have seen it yourself, I mean, it's like unreal. When you see some of these educators make someone's yearly salary within minutes, it's unreal. All right. So let's go to Evan Cabral. So if I go to Evan Cabral, what I like about Evan is that he's more technical. He loves to teach, okay, and educate. But don't get on his trading sessions. When it's the trade room, don't ask silly questions when you could have learned that in the academy. So his sessions isn't about, filling up his chats with a whole bunch of questions that you could have learned in the academy. When it's time to trade and make money, you don't want to interrupt this man. Let him focus on the charts so that he can find the setups and give you some setups so that you can win. All right. So let's go to the favorite sessions, and you're going to see some very, this is golden nuggets. This is like opening up a treasure chest. You know what I mean? So it's like a treasure chest of education. So when you're in here, he's going to go into market timing, indicators training, support resistors training, market timing training. He's very big on market timing training, and also the double time frame strategy, which I use always. I always use the double time frame strategy, and it's because of Evan. All right. So so you guys can come in here, rewatch his favorite sessions, and you're going to get a lot out of that. Also, who's fairly new that you will get a lot out of, get on the Go Live session. You're going to go to Dr. Josh Lee and Brandon Boyd. It's really Dr. Josh Lee that's doing most of the training. He does a phenomenal job in educating, and teaching you. I'm telling you, if you guys, especially for the new people, if you guys get on Dr. Josh Lee Monday through Friday, some people might be like, oh, but he repeats himself, this and that. Really, you learn a lot by what? Repetition. And also, if you're constantly exercising what you just have been taught, okay? So definitely get on Dr. Josh Lee's sessions. It's Monday through Friday, and you are definitely going to hone in your skills, sharpen that sword for the market, because you want to become a samurai, like Samurai 6. You know what I mean? You got to get in the market, in and out, slicing and dicing the market. So with that being said, those are one of my favorites, and actually, well, two of my favorites. So Dr. Josh Lee, but first one was Evan Cabral. So you guys get in there and dive in and just like soak up as much as you can and start exercising, the knowledge that you've gained. So I'm super excited that they have brought in the original Simple Scalper for HFX. I had a new member reach out to me. He's not on my team, but he reached out through social media, and he saw my YouTube video with Simple Scalper, and he was like, "Why isn't it? It's not in HFX anymore." And I didn't know that at the time. They took the original Simple Scalper out, and I was like, "Well, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I guess that YouTube video is no longer, valid." So, but I'm super excited that they have put it back in. And so now that video, if you do go to my YouTube channel, you can watch that, Simple Scalper strategy video again, over and over and over again if you want. Yeah, so it's back on. And what I like about it is that they've allowed you to add indicators to this. So, simply put, if you're looking at the market, first thing I'm looking at is where the purple line is. If the purple line's below the candles, I'm looking for buy opportunities, because the overall trend is going up, all right? But there's one thing that you have to know, all right? If you see the purple line getting closer to the Bollinger Band, the Bollinger Band consists of the red and blue lines. That is one indicator. If you see this purple line starting to creep up, whether it's below or the top, if it starts to creep up closer and closer to the Bollinger Band, be prepared for a transitional phase. All right, this is more than likely where it's going to go from being in an uptrend to a downtrend, or going into consolidation. All right, so you'll have a small consolidation phase, and then it's going to transition into the opposite direction of a trend. So right now, the overall trend, if you zoom out, sorry guys. Okay, so the overall trend is it's a bullish trend, it's an uptrend. Okay, but you can see how the purple line, this 200 EMA, is coming closer and closer to the Bollinger Band and starting to go through. So this is a transition, whether it's sideways or it just, straight up just becomes a bearish trend. It just goes down, okay? So one thing to pay attention to is the chart. what type of chart is this? This is a 1 hour chart frame. So each candle is worth 1 hour of time. Now, what I like about this is that you can take long-term trades. You're going to take, based on this strategy, you're going to take a 3 hour trade. And I know that sounds like a lot of time, but let me digress here. If you're taking, depending on your account, and you're taking $1,000 trade, and the payout is 80%, you're making $800 in 3 hours. All right. Same thing if you're doing $100. If you're doing $100, it's paying out 80% or 70%, whatever. But if it's paying out 80%, excuse me, you're making $80 in 3 hours. Yes, I know that doesn't sound like, oh, wow, $80 in 3 hours. Guys, I don't know about you, but I don't know a lot of average people making $80 in 3 hours. To be honest with you, I'll take a 3 hour trade. All right. So depending on your account, where you're starting off with, how much you're opening up your broker with. Some of us, we do $1,000 deposit. Most of us is like $500 of a deposit, and then some of us take a bonus. So if you do take a bonus, you'll start off with like $1,500 on your broker account if you do take a bonus when you're opening it up, and you're depositing $500. So you definitely want to we're not going to go into a training with managing your money with percentage or anything like that. We're just going to focus on how to trade this strategy, because all of that comes together. You're going to learn all that, especially when you're on Evans and Dr. Lee's sessions. They're going to talk about that more than likely. Dr. Lee is going to talk about money management, all that. So you guys definitely check that out. But Evan, he's more into the strategies. He'll teach you how to use the strategy. So specifically for this one, if it's an uptrend, what I would be looking for is a few things before getting in on a trade. And since we're in a 1 hour, yes, you can bring it down. You have a 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minutes. But let's just say, because in the morning, I like to set it and forget it. I do tend to scan to see if, a pair is ready for a 3 hour trade. If not, I'll bring down the time, to 15 minutes or 5 minutes, and I'll take a 15-minute trade. And you can, once you learn how to, use this strategy, you can use it with Bitcoin as well. So I don't know if you guys know that. But once you know how to set up the indicators and all that, you can use it for multiple things. You can even trade gold as well with this strategy. So it's a very simple strategy once you know what you're looking for. So with that being said, let's go right into it and show you exactly what I look for when I'm using this strategy. One thing that I do scan right away is the location of the purple line. There are 200 EMA. It's going to give me my, it's going to give me my overall trend. So I'm going to be looking for buy opportunities. So since the purple line is on the bottom, we're looking for buy opportunities. And another thing is you want to look for candles that is either below the blue line. If you're looking for buy opportunities, you want to look for candles that's below the blue line or breaking through the blue line. All right, so below the blue line or breaking through the blue line. So this one right here, this one would have been an iffy trade, even though it's right at the blue line. You want because you're going in for 3 hours, okay? So you want to make sure, you want to confirm, if you're taking a 3 hour trade, you want your ducks lined up in a row. You'd rather take a trade like this, okay? So a blue candle either going through or above, like this. See how it closed above the blue line? All right, so that's the type of setup you want to look for first. So one, where's the trend headed? Because you want to trade with the trend. Two, where's the candle within the Bollinger Band? So if you're looking for buy opportunities, you want to make sure that the blue candle is either below or going through the Bollinger Band. All right, so it's through the Bollinger Band. These are the only candles that I look for on this strategy. Same thing with the sell. All right, if I'm looking for a sell opportunity, I'm only looking for candles that have opened above the red line or going through the red line. It's above, but it goes through the red line, the top of this Bollinger Band. Those are the only candles I look for when using this strategy. All right, especially if you're doing a 3-hour trade, you want to make sure that your bag is secure, so you look for these type of trades. All right, these type of candles either opened and you know, this one actually opened below, and then this one closed going through the Bollinger Band. So if you're in it, that's 1, 2, 3. It's above your entry price, you would have cleared it. 1, 2, 3, above your entry price, you would have cleared it. Now, this is another key thing that I do. I turn off the the fixed time. I turn off the fixed time. I want a full 3 hours. So write that down. I turn off the fixed time. I want the full 3 hours, not partial of the 3 hours. I don't want 2 hours or 2.5 hours left onto my trade. It's fixed time. I want a full 3 hours getting in onto this trade. Another thing that I look for is the blue volume bar. Okay, so you have your blue, you have your red. If it's a blue volume bar, it's just another indication on top of, you know, where the candle is. So that's 1, you have 2, purple line, 3, blue volume bar. Now I'm looking for my cross-ups on both of these indicators. So this black line here, I'm looking for it to cross up. I'm looking for it to cross up, top and bottom, cross up, cross up. This is a beautiful trade setup right here. Cross up, the stochastic, the RSI. And what I also like to add, yes, fixed time off. You want to get the full 3 hours. All right, so I added another RSI. Now this one, what I like to do is change up the setting. Instead of 70, bring it down to 60. Instead of 30, bring it up to 40. All right, the reason being is I use this indicator to tell me whether or not I should get into a trade. This indicator helps me find divergence as well. When this setting is set to 60-40, I'm looking for a specific a way that it looks. Okay, so I'm going to teach you exactly how I use this and how I find trade setups. Now, this right here, if it's in the purple shade, okay, if it's just, you know, staying within the purple shade, that's consolidation phase. All right, so if it's above the 60, that's telling me that the trend is still pushing up. If it comes down and stays within the purple shade, it is consolidation phase. All right, now this cross up, if you can see this, let me draw a line for you around the 50. Let me make that bigger. Okay. So the 50 area, all right, well, guess what? The RSI crossed up the 50 area. So you have three cross-ups. You have this cross-up, this RSI is crossing up the blue dotted line. You have the stochastic crossing up the blue dotted line. And then your other RSI, the one that I use a lot, I use this one to find divergence. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. But you see how it crosses up the 50 area and this RSI. Well, now you have multiple indicators telling you like this is a great trade setup for a 3-hour trade. So you set it and forget it. Now, when I use divergence, when I'm looking for divergence and I only want to take like a 3-minute trade, so this for all you guys that are and girls that don't want to wait 3 hours, I'm going to show you exactly what I look for. If you want to be quick about it, now this is 5 minutes, so you're going to have to take a 15-minute trade. When I'm using TradingView, for those of you that are new to this, I'll bring it down to 1 minute, and then I'll look for divergence, and I'll set everything up. You're going to learn all of this in Evan Cabral's sessions. All right, so I urge you to get on Evan Cabral's sessions. He's going to show you these indicators. He's going to show you exactly how to trade just like him. All right, and you're going to be able to take similar setups when he's trading, and also when he's not trading. So if you're trading by yourself and you already know how to set this up, definitely get in there. You're going to learn a lot. Let me just reset this chart. Okay. All right. So we're looking at GBP CHF. This is the 5-minute chart. I do not trade consolidation when it looks like this. When it's tight, you see the Bollinger Band start bottlenecking. You'll see a lot of spikes within here. I stay away from this phase. So if I'm trading in the evening, I'll trade around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, sometimes 12 o'clock. But right now it's 6:30 my time, Central Standard Time. I stay away from this area. It's a very, for me, that's like danger zone. Okay. So if you want to gamble, then go right ahead, trade this area. But if you don't want to gamble, you want some solid trade setups, you definitely want the Bollinger Band to expand, and you can see price movement up and down, up and down. And what you're waiting for, you obviously see the purple line. It's on top. So the overall trend is going down. All right, so if it's going down, you want to take trade setups for a sell. You want sell opportunities. You want to go with the trend. All right, and I'm going to show you how you can find divergence within a downward trend, and you can sometimes take a 1 minute or 2 minute buy if it's going against the trend. All right, so you don't always have to wait. If you don't want to, you want to take a quick little trade, a 1 minute trade or a 2 minute trade. I'm going to show you what I look for to do that. So it doesn't matter, the direction of the trend, but I'm showing you some solid trade setups. Okay, so this one actually, it's not too solid. I would have rather it hit the top of the Bollinger Band, but this is a 5-minute chart. Okay, so on a 1 minute, it would hit the top of the Bollinger Band, because you're seeing on a 1 minute chart, you will see the candles start pulling back on the top of the Bollinger Band within this chart, because it's just expanding what's happening on the 5-minute chart. Now, if it's trending, like if it's a really nice trend, most of the time you're going to see candles only, the 5-minute chart, the candles will only pull back to the middle of the Bollinger Band, and that's a strong trend. If you see that happening, if it's a strong trend, let me see if I can find an example. Oh, that's a nice consolidation phase right here. When it's consolidating like that sideways, you can find buy and sell opportunities. And I'll just show you an example really quickly. For 15 minutes, if you want to do a 15-minute trade. Okay. So obviously the strength is pretty weak in consolidation, so you're not going to see a huge movement with the stochastic and RSI. But you see the setup. You're waiting. This is a 3-candle rule. You're going to take a trade for 3 candles. So that would be a 15-minute trade. All right. So this would have been 5, 10, 15 closed here. It touched the top of the Bollinger Band. You see that it respected, it didn't come it didn't cross up the stochastic, but it just respected the 80 zone here with the dotted red line. It crossed down on the RSI, and then you can see the RSI in the bottom that I added. If it stays in the shade, it's, this is consolidation phase. All right, so the strength of GPP, CHF, it's about the same right now. So it's not, going anywhere but left to right now. So when it's in consolidation phase, and you can definitely find buy and sell opportunities when it is in consolidation phase. And you can see right here, that is a buy opportunity, and you'll see this over and over again. Once you train your eye, and you're scanning the market, and you're just looking, where the candles are at within the Bollinger Band, and if it's a consolidation phase, it doesn't matter, if the purple line is above, because consolidation phase, it's just going left to right. And remember what I said, the closer it gets to the Bollinger Band, that's like the transition phase, when it goes from trending to consolidation, and then it reverses or continues on to the trend, where you'll have your breakout and then continues on. All right. So with that being said, does anyone have any questions? If you do, just type it in the chat. If you have any questions, how to use this setup or what to look for. So again, what I'm looking for, first thing I'm looking for is see if it's trending. All right, so if it's trending, where is the purple line? Let me reset this chart. So the overall trend here is going down. All right, and I like to see the Bollinger Band expand like this so that it's easier to pick out a trade idea. All right, so we're looking for sell setups. So this, did you say fixed time on or off? Okay, when I'm taking 3-hour trades, I have the fixed time on. I'm getting a full 3 hours. Now, if I'm trading for 15 minutes, that's pretty fast. All right. So if I'm trading for 15 minutes, I don't need the fixed time on. So sometimes it'll be less than 15 minutes. So the clock will just start ticking. Once you do the sell trade right here, it'll be less than 15 minutes if it's not fixed time. So you'll profit sooner than waiting for a full 15 minutes. So you'll probably, the trade will probably end somewhere around here, depending on the timing, what you got in. Okay, so within this 5-minute candle, once the time hits, from 5 minutes, and you're like 3 minutes already into this 5-minute trade, that's 2 minutes already off the clock when you get into this trade. All right, so that's 2 minutes earlier than the full 15 minutes. So you just minus the 2 minutes. So that's really, where it boils down to. So if I'm taking a smaller trade and it's only 15 minutes, I don't even check the fixed time when I'm trading 15 minutes or even a minute. So if I'm trading a minute or 3 minutes, depending on the chart, I'm looking at a 1-minute chart. It doesn't give us a 1 minute, unfortunately. But if I'm looking at TradingView and I got it on my 1 minute, all right, so I'll either take a 3-minute, 2-minute, or 1 minute, depending on how fast the market is moving, like how volatile is the market moving. So I'll get in and out of a trade. this comes with experience. So the more you're trading a certain session, so if you're in a New York session and you're already used to how the pairs move, you get a feel of how long to be in and out of a trade. So what I like to do is, if I'm trading with Evan, I actually made a watch list just for Evan. So you click Evan and you see these pairs right here. These are the pairs that he trades. So if I'm on his session, I'm just going to look at the pairs that he's trading. So I'm just scanning Euro JPY, Euro USD, USD CAD. So this is what I look for. So this is a 1 minute chart. All right, and he's going to show you exactly how to set everything up on his sessions. Just watch his face sessions. And so I would be waiting for price to hit this purple line, all right? And this is also just like the simple scalper. So you're basically, if you know how to use the simple scalper, you know exactly how to use this strategy as well. So it's pretty much the same thing. You have your Bollinger Band, you have my 200 EMA is blue, it's not purple. You have your support and resistance area. Actually, my 200 EMA is like an aqua blue here. This is consolidation phase, and you're looking for buy and sell opportunities. And what I'm looking for are the cross down. The RSI is about to cross down. But what I look for is price hitting this resistance area. And once it hits, I already know, the like 0.792, the last three on the price for this. That's what I would be looking for on the broker. If I could get that or higher, I'm automatically going to get into this trade for 3 minutes, because the reason why I would do 3 minutes is because the market is slow right now. So I wouldn't do a minute, I wouldn't do 2 minutes. I do a 3 minute trade when the market is slower. Because obviously you can see that movement is pretty slow, so you're going to need a little bit more time. It might stay, like if you see this 1 minute candle right here, it pretty much just moved up and down just a little bit and just stay. So if you ever see those flat lines when you're trading on your broker and you're like, is it going to go up, is it going to go down? Well, this is pretty much what it looks like. So it'll give you like these little spikes here and there, but it'll pretty much, for the majority of the time, it's just going to flatline. And then all of a sudden, you're just going to see a skyrocket. It's just going to go like this candle right here. It was flatlining here, and then just skyrocket. This is one of the reasons why I don't trade. I do not like trading around this time for 6:42. If you are going to get into the market, you want to do it in the evening. I like to get in at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and sometimes 12 o'clock, depending on today's Thursday. Yeah, 12 o'clock would be good for today too, for Thursday. All right, so that's what I'm looking for. This is a 1 minute chart. Depending on the movement of the market, if it's slower, I'll do a full 3 minutes. Let's see, USD CAD, Euro USD. Actually, this was perfect right here. This was really nice. You have your candles breaking through the Bollinger Band. Your 200 EMA below, and you see how the blue candle breaks through the Bollinger Band right here. That's beautiful. You got your cross up, your RSI came up as well. That would have been a 3 minute trade. You would have cleared that. That was beautiful. So let's go back to here. So we're looking at the 5 minute. Let's see if we can see a trade setup. Let's scan the market real quick. Get your brokers ready if you're trading. We're transitioning right here. Euro GBP, you can see the 200 EMA. Okay, it's transitioning. It's going through the Bollinger Band. Now this is going to be a 3 hour trade. All right, so what I like to see when it's transitioning like this, all right, you want to mark up a resistance area where price could pull back to. Okay, price could pull back to, has the potential to pull back, to this area, because you see that it's touched multiple times in this price zone. Now, I also want to mark up an area where there is basically a resistance happening. So it gives me a zone to where price is moving through. So now we have a zone, okay? And you see that it's not reaching up to the top of the Bollinger Band. All right, it's not reaching up to the top of the Bollinger Band because it's respecting the 200 EMA, because the 200 EMA can be used as a support and resistance. All right, so you'll sometimes see that when you're looking at the charts and you're like, oh my gosh, it's not going to the top of the Bollinger Band. Well, it's respecting the 200 EMA. It's using that as a support and resistance area. So right now it's actually a resistance area. Okay, so this is a zone that it's in. Now you can, Euro GPP, let's go check the strength of Euro GPP. Euro is stronger than GPP right now. Obviously that could change, you know, the more time passes by. The strength is not always going to be in one direction, but right now it's stronger than GPP. GPP is the weakest. Let me go back to Liberty. So if you see this happening, you have a support zone, okay? And you see a pullback happening right here. This is actually a great opportunity to get into a trade when you see it testing this support zone, all right? And you see that the purple line is transitioning through the Bollinger Band, okay? So if I zoom out, okay, so the trend, the overall trend was going down, but now the purple line is starting to go through the Bollinger Band. So this could be a transition to either two things: consolidation phase, so it'll go left or right. Now you have a zone for consolidation phase, or it's transitioning to what? A bullish trend. Instead of it being an overall bearish trend, it could be transitioning to a bullish trend. We don't know right now. I do not know the future, but what I do know is what's happening right now. Right now, we do have a zone. This does look like a consolidation phase just right here, but we have to wait to see what it does. Will it break through the 200 EMA, or will it respect it and come right back down? If it does come right back down, well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If it does come back down and test this zone again, type in the chat what you think that I would do. If it comes back down and retests this zone, this price area, type in the chat. Would I take a buy or a sell? Would I be taking a buy or a sell? Right. I would be looking for a buy opportunity. One thing that I would be looking for, so that you can understand how I think, one thing I would be looking for is where's the black line at? Where are my black lines? So if it comes back down, if it starts pulling back, I'm going to be paying attention to where the black lines are at, and I'm going to be paying attention to where my RSI, the last one, even though this is an RSI, this is the one I really pay attention to, is the one that I added. All right, so where's the black line on the bottom RSI? I want to make sure that the black line is pointing up. I don't want it to be below. I don't want it to be below 40. If it is, then that means it's just consolidation. It's going to continue, you know, being a bearish trend. It's just going to continue on to that bearish trend. If I see my RSI pull back, just like how it's right here, see how it's below here? Okay? This, look, see what happens? It's below the bottom half of the Bollinger Band. See? Bottom half of the RSI. Below the 50 zone. Below the 50 zone. Look, below bottom half of the Bollinger Band. All right? So that could happen here. So if it pulls back, I'm paying attention to where this RSI is. Is it above the 50 zone or below the 50 zone and pulling back? If it is, then this is no longer a valid buy opportunity. So if this pullback comes down and it breaks through this price zone, this is no longer a buy opportunity for me. Whoever that is, please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Okay, so I hope you guys understand that. So this is that would be my way of thinking. All right, so let's actually go to the 5-minute. Let's scan the 5-minute alert panel, see if we can find anything. Brent, you said divergence right now with GPP CHO on the 1 hour. Yes. Well, Euro GPP. Let's go to Euro GPP. Let's see. Yes. Awesome. Yes, it is divergence right now. Okay, good. That man. Look at you, Brent.
Yeah,
Good call, brother. Good call. Okay.
I know my stuff.
Divergence. So if you guys are not familiar with divergence, you see how I created a zone, all right, that price was coming to, all right? So it came up the second time, it came up the third time. There is divergence happening. Arrow. So if price is doing the opposite of what the RSI is doing, see how price came up? Pretty much, if we zoom in, you see there's a wick. There's a wick right here. So it came up to this area, and that price zone is about like 867. So 867, if you come here to the top of this candle, it's 871. Not too far off, but it's pretty much the same area. This is called divergence. So you see price doing the opposite, coming to the same area. But look, the black line on the RSI isn't as high as it was here. Okay? So it's not as high as it was here when it came up to this price zone. But look, it came up to this price zone again, but it's lower. That's divergence happening. That actually, this is a sell opportunity. You could take this trade for a 2-hour sell. I wouldn't do it a full 3 hours. I would do like a 2-hour sell right here. You can see that the stochastic also is respecting the 80 area. All right, it's not even touching the red dotted lines. All right, and you have your RSI here. Let me change the colors. Gotta go with red. No, put another. Okay, now we are also looking what else do you guys think is gonna appear after 7 minutes left into this candle? We want to see a red volume bar. We want to see a red candle. And then I would do, if that happens, guys, be ready. If that happens, you could take this trade for 2 hours. I would do it for 2 hours, not a full 3 hours. I would do it for 2 hours for being, actually, you know what? I'm gonna get my broker ready. I'm gonna take this trade. And everyone that took this trade and you clear, if you did take a 2 hour and you cleared, you know, post it in Faster Freedom. Keep getting kicked out of my broker. What's up with that? Come on. All right, cool. We're in. That trade, we got 6 minutes left to a new candle. You're gonna, if you're on VidiForex, you wanna click option type and put intraday, and then on the time, you just wanna do an extra 2 hours. This is Euro GBP. I do like this trade. I do like the setup here. Okay, so we have 5 minutes left onto this candle, and it's already turning. This looks like a really good setup here. Less than 5 minutes left on this candle. All right, guys. So I do like this trade setup. I do like the divergence happening here. It did come up to the same price zone. And when divergence happens, I do take a trade. I usually take a trade, with the 1 minute chart. You can find divergence happening faster. You'll see it happened. I have fixed time on. You'll see divergence happen. Again, if you're brand new, please, please, please do not trade your mortgage or your car note, or or anything like that. These are small trades. You want to practice first, especially if you're brand new. Practice on your demo account. Do not take a large trade amount. All right, make it small. 1 to 3% is always the rule of your account. Do not take a large trade. Again, I'm also looking for a buy opportunity. So if it comes down and it respects this area, okay, if it respects it, I will take a buy opportunity as well with this. Now, on a 1 minute, let's look. Of course, it's going to look different. Actually, no, let's go to the 5 minute because we want to stay within the simple scalper. I'm going to click 5 minute. Let it load up. 5 minute, let's go. USD JPY. Okay. Okay, I don't see anything here. Let's look at CHF JPY. There we go. Yeah, this one already took off. Never mind. Not that one, not that one. GBP JPY. Let's go back to GBP JPY. This one looks like it could be setting up for a sell opportunity. We're looking at a 5 minute. I do not trade this. If you see a cross down here, cross down, I do not trade candles if it's in the middle of the Bollinger Band. I wait. The more pickier you are as a trader, the more money you're going to make. You let the setup come to you. You do not force a trade. So I would wait for this setup to come up to the top of the Bollinger Band and then reverse. All right, so someone's packing up. There we go. Let's go USD JPY. That was a good setup there. Nice candle. It opened up above the Bollinger Band and broke through. That was a good setup there. That setup is already on its way, so this one looks like it's about to be reversed. This is gold. If anyone trades gold, we're looking at a 5 minute chart. Want to wait for the cross ups. This would be a 15-minute trade. If you do trade gold, you just want to wait for the cross up though. You don't want to be in a hurry for that trade. Gold does move differently than your currency pairs. Yes, Nalia, always wait. You don't want to force a trade. Wait till it hits the top of the Bollinger Band or the bottom of the Bollinger Band. A better setup is when it opens above. Okay, so this candle opened above the Bollinger Band, all right, for a sell opportunity. So this would have been 5, 10, 15, dropped. All right, you would have cleared that. That's the type of setup that you want to see for a really good setup for a trade. So for a sell setup, I want to see the candle either open up above or just basically breaking through. So if you see a candle opening at the Bollinger Band, sometimes it does a pullback, just like here. It'll do a little pullback, but then break through the Bollinger Band. Those are some of the things that you want to look for. All right, so I don't really see anything that I would jump into right now. Gold does look like it wants to reverse right here. But it didn't give us a red candle. This is not something that I would jump into. I'm very picky with my trades. You don't want to waste money. Right here, this is consolidation phase. We are getting a red candle. It is on the bottom of the Bollinger Band. We do have a red volume. The only thing that I do not like is the direction of the lines. You know, it's pointing down instead of up. So this is something that I would not jump into, okay? I would not jump into this. I would just go to the next trade, see if I could find a good setup. Now, if I can't see anything here on a 5 minutes, that's when I'll pull out Trading View. And I'll look for, on the 1 minute chart, I'll just scan the market real quick. This looks like it's setting up for a buy. USD CAD. 3 minutes. Respecting my 200 line. Want to wait for that cross up. This is where you got to be patient. You got to wait for that cross up because it could break through. Okay, this is what I see. I see an area of support right here. We bring it up just a little bit more. You can see this area was, you know, same area of support. That's where it's respecting. But I'm also paying attention to my RSI. All right, it's below my 40. If it's below my 40, that's telling me it could break through and just basically the pullback can happen just a little longer and then reverse. All right, you guys seeing this? This is what I'm looking for. This is what I see when I'm scanning. I'm seeing my 200 EMA. I'm looking where the candles are at, and I'm automatically seeing if there is a support and resistance area, which there is. There's a support area here. Is it going to come back and retest it and then reverse? Or will it retest this area and then break through? Because we do have the 200 EMA going through the Bollinger Band. So the market is slower here, and it's not that strong. So it is going sideways. You don't really see a strong trend happening here. But USD CAD, it really is looking good. I like USD CAD. I'm just gonna pull that up. Let's see what it's paying out. USD CAD, it's only paying out 60% on my broker. We typically, if you're brand new, we typically look for payouts 70% or higher. And I am, it's already taken off. 0.032. 0.46. It dropped down to 0.32. Yeah, it gave us 0.32 on my broker on VidiForex. It did give us 0.32. Yeah, I highly doubt it will give us a spike down to get into this trade. It's already gone. Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to take too long. You guys are seeing exactly, how I trade and what I'm looking for. You can see that it did respect this area and reverse. And so if you're using the scalper, I add this indicator, just switch up, this, from 70 to 60, 40 on the indicator, and you're good to go, guys. So as always,